Thanks for joining us on Parallel Journeys Through Brain Injury. I'm Donna O'Donnell Figursky, and I'm a caregiver of surviving of brain. Bleh.
Mhm.
Go ahead. I'm a caregiver.
And I'm Deb Brandon, and I'm a survivor. She is not my caregiver,
Thank goodness you don't want me.
and you don't want me as a survivor, as your survivor, I should say.
Okay.
I think what I wanted to talk about, or what we wanted to talk about, was that some, in many ways, survivor and caregiver are a team going through the healing journey, but sometimes it doesn't work. And especially when the caregiver is a family member of the survivor. And in your case, Donna, I think it really works. From what I've seen, you and David care very much for each other. You communicate well, and when things come up, you talk about it. But in my case, it didn't work with my now ex-husband. I think in many ways, it's about certainly it's about who you are as a person. I think I forget where I read this, but I read that some people are good in emergencies,
Mhm.
like my ex. He's amazing in emergencies. I mean, I can't say enough about how good he is. So some are good with emergencies, but not as good in long-term care, and others are good in long-term care, but not good in emergencies. Would you say I mean, clearly you're good with long-term care. How are you with emergencies? Are you good with that too?
Surprisingly, I was. When I just I mean, you just have to step up, because I mean, for me, I just knew I had to step up because, and I'm a
Yeah.
teacher. So
Mm.
I'm used to taking control of
Mm.
situations, but
Yeah.
so that I think that was a really good advantage that I had. Um, so when this happened, I mean, got the ambulance there as fast as I could, had to call a few times too, and had to be introduced to the neurosurgeon and walk through what happened to David with them. So yeah, I was able to do that. But I think also it was the long-term care that really is the what's happening. I mean, how we're living our lives. We're almost 20 years. We're
Yeah.
almost 20 years down the road from the brain injury. So, yeah, and you're right, Deb. Some people can do it and some people can't. And I think it's rare
Right.
for people to just normally be able to automatically step into those shoes.
Yeah.
David and I have been together since I'm 16, so w- he's my best friend. And
How did
that's
you meet him at 16?
we were at a dance and in our town. He went to the boys' school across town and went to the girls' school. Do you really want to know
Mm.
that story?
So wait, where is he originally from?
We're both from Erie, Pennsylvania.
Oh, somehow I thought that you were from Erie and he was from somewhere else and you met in college.
No,
Oh,
I was born in Pittsburgh. That's our connection there. I was born in
yeah.
Pittsburgh. I was raised in Erie. So he lived on the east side of town and I lived on the west side of town, quite a distance actually. And he went to the boys' school for high school and I went to the girls' school. But every weekend was a dance in the middle of town, right downtown Erie.
Um,
And that's where we met when I was at the same dance as he was. I was 16, he was 17, and it took him all night to ask me to dance. 15 minutes before the dance was over, David came up and tapped me on the shoulder. As I was walking out the door, I was already going out into the light lobby, and I was going home with a friend for the night. I was spending my night with a girlfriend, and her brother was picking us up. And I had to run out and say, Chris, can I just dance with this guy? And she goes, yeah, I'll wait for you downstairs. So I did. I danced with him for 15 minutes, and I went back to the next day and told my mother I was going to marry him. You know that
That's
story? I can't believe you don't know that
I knew
story.
part of it, but I thought you met in college, so I
No,
didn't know.
no, no.
So
He went to Pitt, and I went to a smaller college, Robert Morris, down in Pittsburgh. I followed him to Pittsburgh, you know.
okay.
So we were going together at that time. We were already going steady. So
So you knew him well by yeah. So
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So I mean, it was just a natural progression. I mean, we were married for, I don't know, some 30 years or something like that when this happened. 25 years, something, I don't remember. But yeah, so we were together and partners for a very long time. So it just didn't, nothing, there was no question that I was going
Hmm.
to step up and be his caregiver. I mean, it was no thought process of saying, "Oh, I'm your
Hmm.
caregiver." You know, it was just we're living our lives. That's it. We're just living
And
our lives. Hmm?
from what I've seen from yeah with other people who you have a some one of them is the caregiver, the other is the survivor. What I've seen from observing other people is so in many cases the difficulties arise when the caregiver craves the attention, wants to be the center of attention, or has been for a long time, and they have a lot of difficulty giving that,
Giving
uh
that role up.
housing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've actually seen that it can cause resentment, that they want the attention and they can't have it because the
Yeah.
survivor needs it, certainly at first or during the acute phase.
Yeah.
As I said, it can cause a lot of resentment. And I don't know if I could be a caregiver like you. And it's not that it's a matter of center of attention. I don't have that. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm just too selfish. I don't know. I mean, maybe I could be. I mean,
Think you don't
clearly
know that until it happens to
that's
you.
true.
You know,
That's
because
true.
in fact, we're all caregivers. You're a mom, you're a caregiver.
Right.
You,
I
if
was
you can't
just,
be yourself, you've given up so much,
yeah,
of your time and love and
yeah,
energy for your children and your husband
yeah,
when
yeah.
you guys were together. So we all
Mm,
have elements of caregiving
that's
within us.
true. That's
Even if
true.
you're not a mom, you've got
Yeah,
maybe your nieces or nephews, your mom or your dad, your pets.
yeah.
We all have elements of caregivers
That's
with
true. That's true.
it just depends
But
how
yeah,
much it has to come out and what you have to do.
yeah.
Yeah. So
No, it's a tough
that,
one. But
yeah.
it's
I think we have to cut it already. It's that
oh,
time.
I
I
should do
know.
this.
Yeah. So I mean, it's like our time went by very fast this time. So yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So
Okay.
let's call it quits for today, and we'll see you all again another time, another space. Okay. Bye,
Bye.
everybody.